Gentlemen, welcome to the Keith Andrew Network. I'm here with the talented and beautiful Amanda Kallander. It's great to catch up with you once again. It's been a long time, and let's jump right into it.
Great.
Now, the first thing for our listeners who want to know, this is episode 712. That's right, 712. The last time I had the beautiful and talented Amanda on the show was season 5, episode 431. That's right, you can go back to YouTube, go to my channel, go to Facebook, look up season 5, episode 431. And for people who want to know the date, it's only 2 years ago. And so that was January 13th, 18. It's funny enough, I actually wrote the date down this time. But like I said,
That's a long time ago.
No, that's 2 years. I usually do my sister sneeze. Bless you. So knock on wood. Someone sneezes, it's true. I try to do like a 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 maximum to a follow-up because I want to, like you said, I want there to be some time to pass. Unfortunately, I kind of get lazy at it. So I'm like, oh, yeah, you haven't been on my show in 3 years, 4 years. So I kind of dropped the ball on that. But so I think 2 years is a perfect solid number. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I don't mean to ramble on. But last time we checked, you are a professional actress. And how you been for 2 years? So how are you dealing with quarantine?
Well, I have been maintaining the indie project that I was still working on back when I talked to you last. It's called Replicant Terminus, and we've completely finished the feature film portion. We're just working on the little mini episodes now. So we've got 2 episodes. One's almost in the can, and we have 2 more to do to adapt the storyline of the world that we created in Replicant Terminus. So I'm excited about that.
No, absolutely. Can you give us a reminder of what it is?
Yeah, it's basically if Blade Runner and what was the other one? If Blade Runner and Star Wars had a baby, it would be our project. So it's it's a replicant concept, but with more people groups and more plots and things happening. And, we incorporate a lot of modern scientific concepts. So people in the science community will recognize a lot of the theories that we talk about and some of the actual experimentation that has happened in our military on humans or, technology that we incorporate in our series. So it's kind of neat. So my episode that I will be acting in is coming up. My character is a supporting role. She's always been a supporting role to our military troop leader, Colonel Mars. So she's a military chaplain, and she'll be reappearing in the military episode, as we call it right now. It doesn't have a title, about Colonel Mars' history and his character development. So she's going to be popping back up into that. And she had her own episode at one point, but our investors really wanted to condense down our storyline. So her episode is written, but it is kind of like in the file folder in the back seat for now until we need her again. So I'm excited for that. It's been a great experience and journey through indie world's land, learning and working with different people and creating this concept. And we have an amazing team that we've built, and we're very, very blessed to have them. So very excited. I'm an executive producer, and I couldn't work with a better team if I tried. So
no, absolutely. And it's funny we should talk about technology. And while we're just talking, how this is coming up with different ideas, people who lose their eyes, God forbid from an accident or war. Imagine if they get like a robotic eye, a replacement eye. That would be pretty cool. And there's also another one where it's kind of Not really real, but I wouldn't really throw the idea out. Say, oh, what time is it? You stick your arm out and you clap your arm, and a big computer screen like comes out like this. Eventually, you're gonna. It's like you want to be a human being, or you want to be a walking encyclopedia. Like when we took the time, stick your hand out, and a magic glowing ball shows up. With technology, there's so much possibilities, and the good things is if you ever lose an arm, a leg, or an eye, you can get prosthetic or you can get robotic limbs. But you don't want to go crazy and like say, yeah, now I can do like this, and my hands now actually like like a cell phone or something. You just don't want to go overboard.
Well, imagine, if you will, the latest technology for individuals that have diabetes. There's these little computer kits that they wear on their stomach, and it pumps insulin into their body whenever they need it for food. Like when they have a meal, it'll pump the insulin into their bodies. There's modern day medical enhancements and scientific breakthroughs like that, but then in our series we talk about human modifications, much like you'd see in X-Men's Wolverine, but slightly different because we're talking about military, what's the word, like military grade in a sense, enhancements that make sense for battle.
So like Captain
If you're
America.
yeah, I mean, more than just strength and learning how to fight too. It's more about like, allowing your body to survive weeks without food if you're captured or if you're stranded in the battlefield. Like simple things like that we would take for granted, that are human enhancements that we talk about in our series. So there's a lot of references to past scientists and military experiments and things that actually are happening in our world today, that we've included in our series.
No, absolutely. And I know, sorry, try to keep a straight face, but your dog broke my concentration. It's a cute dog, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, she's a puppy still, kind of. She's 2 years old. She's my roommate's dog. Her name's Charlie, and she's very inquisitive, and I'm trying to keep her quiet because she wants to bark. So.
But it's great that they're doing all these things, but at the same time, if the technology got into the wrong hands, that could easily backfire at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 50-50. You take everything we do in life, it's got to be 50-50. You got to take the good with the bad. But you can't live your life in fear. Yes, you can make your own Wolverine. You can make your own Captain America. Or if you expose yourself to gamma rays, you can have your own Incredible Hulk running around. But if that actually got into the wrong hands, like, say, people who want to do harm, then that kind of opened like a big red flag. But we're not going to talk about politics. I'm looking forward to your series, and if it's a possibility, I would love to promote it or maybe be a guest in it down the road.
Yeah, we'd love extra help promoting. Once everything's finished in the can, it's going to be a lot easier to work with. We're just trying to focus on getting it done, especially now that, and I hate talking about this because I feel like it's dictating every single facet of my life right now, but because of the restrictions in place, I will just say that. I'm not going to give any honor or glory to certain mythology for lockdowns, but because of restrictions in place, we've had to stop filming, we've had to take a break, and every day matters. Like, we can't keep stopping our productions. So we're behind in a sense because we would have had another episode started already. And so, yeah, it's very great that we're able to come back to filming. However, it's, I'm so excited just to get this done because it's been on the table. We've been filming it for so long. And, with other complications thrown in the mix, we have to work with people's schedules. It's a low budget indie, so we have to work with people, and it's a passion project. So it's a great, fantastic world that the creator Greg Coots has made, and I'm excited to, you know, present it when it's finally done. It's like, here it is. Here's all these other scripts for backstory. Here's all these other timetables and plot. Like, we have the feature film and we have content that precedes it and follows the plot of the movie. So it's like a extended material for after what happens after the film's over. So we have these many little storylines that we call episodes, and there's just so much that you can do with this. So I want to get it out there. I want to get the concept out there because there's so much that you can use and do with it. It's very versatile, and not many scripts you can do that with. You know, after a certain amount of time. Sorry. My cat. Sorry.
Anything can happen live.
After a certain amount of time, you know, you run out of content, but this is like an ongoing thing where you can just keep talking about more and more and more. So, yeah, I'm just like, let's get this out already because, you know, it's exciting and it's a great world. And I do have a couple of other acting projects in the mix, but again, because of restrictions, I'm waiting for production to start again, pre-production. So yeah, just it's been a waiting game for me these last couple of years because, you know, films take time to make and does not help when your country is shut down for half a year. That does not help at all. So yeah, I'm hoping that this fall and by next year, all the projects that I have roles, supporting roles in, that I can finally go back to work and finally start filming and creating again. So.
No, absolutely. So we're going to take a quick commercial break real fast. And when we come back, I'm going to hint towards the quarantine and I'm going to go on to ask you another great question when we come back.
Hi, guys. My name is Kat Johnston.
This is Donna Drake.
This is Kayleen.
Hi, my name is Kara Svuchek.
I'm Julia Brothers.
Jenna Curtis.
Hey, I'm Jenny Fon.
Hi, it's Mimi Chin.
Hi, my name is Ella Dorsch.
My name is Shauna Toth.
Hey guys, I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Actress Becky Hayes.
Hi, I'm Amelia Rose.
Hey there, I'm Saki Mieta.
Hi guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrews' show.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 712. I'm here. This is the beautiful Amanda Kallander. And as I say, it's great to have you with us once again. Now, the question I wanted to talk to you about real fast, about the quarantine, not to go in much detail, but if, for an example, I was talking to my dad about this and my brother about this, especially my dad, in January, if there was a mandatory lockdown for 6 weeks of stay home, no contact, you know, yes, we would still be looking for the vaccine, but at least things wouldn't be as bad as it is right now. Because, you know, things died down and then the idiots went, you know, Florida and Texas, you know, they went to the beach and went to public places. Now the numbers are up higher than they're supposed to be. The sooner there's a vaccine, the sooner you can say, hey, I was vaccinated. I don't care about anyone else. Now things can get back to normal. So January, you know, looking positive. January, there should be a vaccine. But until then, you know, it sucks because, you know, for example, people going back to school, so people go to school or not, or should people go to work. So right now, the shit's hitting the fan. So at the same time, it's kind of funny in a sick, demented, bizarre kind of way. People say, you know, I don't want to stay home for the rest of my life. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to school. So in a way, you kind of got that reality, but at the same time, it's kind of like not really what you expected it to be. But just throwing it out there. But the next question I want to ask you, social media, with everything that you accomplish, you know, it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do you think these dictate your performance of, saying, connecting with producers and agents, or how do you feel about social media dictated your career?
I think differently than most people. I'm very much a rebel and a rule breaker. I don't believe that because I'm an individual. I'm a human being, and I have opinions. I have concerns, and I like to be active in my country's dealings and my country's performance and how things are going. And I think there's a lot of groups of people that obviously you want to keep stuff to yourself. You want to keep politics and stuff off the set and religion off the set. But I don't feel that social media has limited my career because I've just found people that I'd rather work with than others. If people know that what I feel, what I believe, and they don't agree with it, that's fine. I'm able to work with other people that think differently than I do, but sometimes they are not the ones that are willing to work with me. So I just find people that I want to work with that are still great industry professionals, producers, production crew, all kinds of things. There's a place for everybody, and there's enough work and room for everybody to work together, work with people that they like to work with. Even if there's new people coming on board, just being a all around friendly, inviting, and professional person versus playing high school. There's no need for that. So, I want to work with people that are focused on what we're doing. If we're on set and we're making something great, let's focus on that. Who cares who you voted for? Who cares how you feel about the pandemic? Everyone has their own opinion, and that's okay. It's okay to have a different opinion. It's okay because deep down, humanity is about caring and loving each other. And obviously you want to research, and you want to have good, how do I say this? You want to have at least a dignified answer for why you believe what you believe, and you have to have it based on research. And the more that the media stays out of your ideology, the better. But yeah, I haven't found that social media has limited me in any way because, heaven forbid, if I find people that don't agree with me or they hate me because of what I believe, I go and find other people that are like-minded. And like I said, there's a place for everybody. And I just friends with those people. And there's lots of great filmmakers on both sides of the fence that we can come on the common ground with and work together and feel safe and feel, appreciated and protected in our little work environment. So ultimately, it's about creating a safe work environment for everybody, creatively and physically. If you have extreme people, if you have very extreme and hateful people on set, then it doesn't even matter what they believe or what side of the fence. You don't want them on your set anyway because, you want to protect and create a productive work environment, and you can't work with negative, degrading, and hateful people. You just can't. So, yeah, that's a long answer, but no, I don't feel like social media has limited my ability to be successful and to be myself and to find people that are like-minded with me. So.
No, absolutely. And one thing about my show is freedom of speech, self-expression. You can say anything you want, and it's just a normal conversation. And one thing I do agree with you on, it doesn't matter, how old you are, if you work in an office or school, that high school mentality, it's really sad that it doesn't go away. It will always be there. I'll give you an example. I made a post a while ago. I personally hate Trump. I'm not a Trump person. And I got so many people saying, oh, well, Keith, we're going to unfriend you. That's it. You're a fan. And I'm like, okay, there's the door. But it's really sad that you kind of have to not like walk on eggshells. You have to pussyfoot around. You can't just say, for me, my biggest thing is I have diarrhea of the mouth. And that's the one thing my family doesn't like about me is because I talk a lot. I don't stop talking. But I mean, it's good if you have something good to talk about, but if you don't have anything, it's kind of like white noise. But the point I'm trying to make is you're not going to please everybody. Everyone's not going to agree with you. And it's kind of like people are just childish, pretty much. But with that being said, with the last 8 minutes left, I'm going to pass the show over to you. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? I know it's been 2 years. I would love to know what else you've been up to. So this is your time, passing the show over to you.
Well, thank you. I'm just going to give a huge shout out to Ambiguity Entertainment that works with the Ascendent Studios. I've been asked to work for them. I've been asked to, whatever capacity that can be, to be a employer in production with them, also acting. I was just cast recently in a supporting role with my friend Olivia's project called Skylar, and that's been a very well-known Facebook presence. A lot of people know Olivia and her project, and I'm very blessed to be a part of it because, you know, not everybody gets to be a part of something like that. And I love that her project is in the world of sci-fi because that's a cool place to be. I love sci-fi. I love the creativity that goes into sci-fi. And to be able to escape your world and to go into another character in a different world and different mindset and just be creative and go with it. So yeah, I have been cast in a couple things. We're still waiting for the Vice Squad to kickstart. Some of the shows have been presented for the network with Ambiguity Entertainment and the Ascendant Studios. So I'm waiting for those to get approved. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of things happening. Just because we're not filming everything right now doesn't mean stuff's not happening and parts aren't moving. So I'm very excited to be with both of those productions. And, you know, when they start filming, I'm just going to be right there and do my job and do my best that I got and hopefully make some new friends and promote the projects that I'm in. So I'm very excited for what the end of the year or next year will bring whenever we can get going. But I'm excited regardless, and I've been excited this whole year. So.
No, absolutely. Now, wrapping up the show, I do have a couple ideas for you off the air. But the first one I want to ask you is, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn?
I'm not on Twitter. I have an account, but I'm not active. My hashtag on what do you call it? The tag thingy. I'm not really familiar with the words with it, but on Instagram, my ID tag or name tag is aheart89, and then I'm on Facebook as Amanda Kallander and IMDb as well. I have all of my work on IMDb, which is fantastic that I can show what I've done and what I'm going to do. So yeah, there's that, and Parler. I just opened a Parler account. I think my name is Amanda K on there, so just opened that one. And then yeah, I mean, I post traveling photos and filming photos on my Instagram, and my actor page, Amanda Kallander, has some of my modeling and other acting gigs, but my IMDb really has everything on there. So.
No, absolutely. And now my last question for you is, when I first approached you to do a second interview with me, I want you to be brutally honest. So what was your first reaction? What made you say yes? And how do you feel for being back on the Keith Andrew Network?
Well, Keith, aside from the fact that you threatened to hold my family hostage and send me bombs in the mail, there really was no other option for me. No, I was kidding. I love hanging out with you, and we do have different opinions on things, but you're such a cool guy, and I love that you give me the space to talk about my projects, and that you have great questions to ask me, and you have a great show. So, I've been busy for the last couple of years, but thank you for being patient with me and interviewing me again after 2 years. But I'm very appreciative of your creativity and your, like I said, the space to discuss my projects and myself. It's very awesome that you do that for people. So it was a no-brainer to say yes.
No, absolutely. Like I said to you and to everyone, you support a good cause and you make a new friend out of it. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to part 3 down the road. And I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. And I just want to say thank you for your time.